What's up guys, it's your boy ENDYMION, and I'm here to talk about one of the most tantalizing and scariest foes in the Mass Effect series, the Leviathans. One of the biggest threads left behind by the gaping void that is Mass Effect 3's ending is that somewhere out there amidst the Reaper War, there are gigantic, Lovecraftian monsters capable of subjugating every surviving member of any race into servitude. And there would be nothing Shepard, Liara, or anyone else for that matter could do about it. So will we see the Leviathans again? How will we? Let's get into it. Based on what we know, which isn't much, the Leviathans are a massive aquatic-based race that were responsible inadvertently for the creation of the Reapers by creating the intelligence to find a solution to life. We also know the Leviathans are capable of organic forms of indoctrination via sort of quantum radar-like abilities similar to how the Rachni Queen would use organics to speak for them. What bothers me about the Leviathans is that they're contradictory in weird ways. For starters, the intelligence wiped out a large sum of Leviathans and then created Harbinger, the first Reaper in their image. But later on, during the finale of Mass Effect 3, the Leviathans were able to control and wipe out wide swaths of Reaper forces almost effortlessly once they agreed to help Shepard. Maybe millions of years of sitting in high-pressure environments led to some new evolutionary edge the Leviathans haven't exactly told us about, but I want to look into the future of Mass Effect and what these Leviathans want exactly. What could be their end goal? I want to talk about a concept that seems a little out there even by Mass Effect standards. I want to talk about alternate dimensions. Let me explain. As we know so far, the Leviathans are fascinated and drawn to the super rare Element Zero, a material in Mass Effect that is used for FTL or faster than light travel, as well as being a catalyst for biotic ability usage. And we also know Element Zero, if found in large quantities in the vicinity of developing species, creates natural biotic abilities in those species, like the Asari on Thessia, or whatever life exists on Angana after the Inusanin and Thosali waged war thousands of years ago. We could even theoretically hypothesize that the Asari's long lifespans are linked to their exposure of Element Zero as well. What I'm saying is that this Element Zero is something the Leviathans are wildly fascinated with, and based on my other videos exploring dark energy and such, it's clear that this element is absolutely linked to the very skeleton of the universe. My other thought about the Leviathans is that they've been watching the Reapers harvest organic life since their inception, and they have never intervened. Why? It isn't until Shepard that the Leviathans deem it worthwhile to risk their anonymity and actually go on to help the organic races of the current cycle with ending the Reaper threat once more. So how does this all tie into alternate dimensions? Well, I theorize that the Leviathans haven't helped the countless previous organic races because the Leviathans didn't see them worthy of helping. But with Shepard, they did. And I think they did because they see potential in the human race to ascend far past what they are now. See, the Leviathans are clearly influenced in a creative sense by the works of H.P. Lovecraft, famed horror novelist who basically created the concept of cosmic horror with his many creations like Hastur to the iconic Cthulhu. So keeping with the Leviathans in the same vein as Cthulhu, who, if you don't know, is an interdimensional alien godlike being that indoctrinates species into doing their bidding and lives in the depths of oceans, well, I mean, it's pretty evident to see the connection here. And if we look at the abandoned plotline of dark energy being the cause of the Reapers wiping out all life so the universe doesn't end, if that is still something that is actively happening per se, then why would the Leviathans not help the Reapers stop all life? Wouldn't the Leviathans just be wiped out by the ultimate heat death of the universe by chilling in some ocean? But what if the Leviathans aren't from this universe? We know they deem themselves the apex race, and they think this definitively so. We know the Leviathans were born on some faraway planet somewhere, but when comparing the Leviathans in terms of evolutionary standards and scope, nothing organically has ever come close to their level, which has me believe that the Leviathans aren't from this universe, or say this dimension of existence at least. There's a concept in Lovecraft's work which roughly I will call the Veil. It's a concept that there are entire worlds, universes, and species that exist just outside of our cognitive presence, and we simply cannot perceive them because we lack the insight or a sixth sense to see these things. Games like Bloodborne explore this idea of insight really well, and that game even ties the insight idea into an actual gameplay mechanic, with the game starting you off with zero insight, but as you witness more cosmic horror and things you can't explain, your insight level raises until eventually it hits a point where you are suddenly able to see creatures and other things you couldn't before. Even if they were in plain sight, you just weren't attuned to it. Even shows like Stranger Things plays with alternate dimensions, but they call it the Upside Down, which is a parallel universe that exists on top of ours, where monsters and whatever else exists within our immediate surroundings, but that inside idea separates the two worlds from overlapping. I think the Leviathans helped Shepard because they finally witnessed the race ascend in a sense to a point where it was able to deal with the Reapers and break the cycle. And because of this, the Leviathans might look upon the human race with great interest in one day ascending them to join them, and who knows what else is out there. In the universe the Leviathans come from, which could hold untold knowledge, power, and further advancements far beyond anything the human race could ever hope to understand. The concept of parallel universes is nothing new, with many writers in different mediums penning ideas of entire universes that are subjugated to a single concept. Like in Marvel Comics, there's a universe called the Cancerverse, where death was killed, and therefore nothing could die, so an entire universe was left corrupted and left in agony. That's pretty metal. Maybe the Leviathans come from a universe where evolution is accelerated and led to them, and whatever else exists out there, to be evolved well past the constraints of what our current universe can even hope to achieve. The vastness of what they can do with Mass Effect is really infinite, and I believe the Leviathans want the humans to ascend. But to ascend to help the Leviathans, or maybe ascend into a form so they can indoctrinate humanity into servitude, maybe we will know one day. So that's the theory. It's a lot, yeah I know, and I kind of went on tangents here and there, but I think everything I explained will give you something to chew on. We haven't seen the last of the Leviathans. You don't just introduce something that powerful and mysterious and then forget about it. We'll definitely see them again. Well, thanks guys for watching, and thank you for 500 subscribers. Holy crap, again, what? I'm thankful so many people actually like what I'm doing, and I hope you'll continue to support my videos in the future. And what other concepts in Mass Effect would you like me to discuss? Or maybe other franchises entirely? I kind of want to delve into Final Fantasy as well here. Well, anyways, I'm Endymion. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see more stuff like this. And if you haven't already, I have tons of Mass Effect 3 videos like this one for you to enjoy as well. And again, thank you for 500 subs. I'll see you in the next one.